got Gabe here with my newly found glasses. I've lost 3 pair in the last 30 years. And these are old ones. And one of them was prescription. That's why I buy just the readers these days, because I'm losing. Let's see. Gabe. Hi, buddy. I'm R.J. I'm pleased to meet you, buddy. You are a handsome young man. Yes, you are. Dab. We got you. Hi, buddy. I'm R.J. I'm pleased to meet you. So, what's it called when I do this and they turn towards it? Yeah. Is that bad? Good? Hey, if it serves our purpose, it's similar to an ATMR. Big deal. If you can tolerate it for a while for it to be a teaching mechanism, great. Work on getting out of it later. But if it's functional for now, heck, I don't mind. Gabe is 3 years old and his parent is unsure of his cognitive level. I have to agree with Mom. His teacher, here, none. Nope, that's okay. Early functioning, but he does move his head in response to lights. You cannot grasp. Blah, 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 blah. Gabe. But he knows his name. No doubt about that. And he has a sense of humor. Good for that. He's very locked in, very similar to we just saw with Alyssa. A little more head motion side to side. A little more of that chewing motion going on there. Definite rooting reflex on the left side there when I touch the left cheek. Arms pretty locked up there, and that switch vertical if we wanted, and try just that motion right there. Once again, instead of having to switch horizontal or upside down, we could have it straight, up and down like that, and it could come like that. That's a possibility. Does anybody try to switch like this right here? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Most definitely that movement to the left seems to be his most consistent and strongest motion. Even in feeling his arm move right now, it's a very, very light motion, and I'm not sure whether it's purposeful enough to activate one of the switches. I don't know that for a fact. I'd like to try a switch right here, though. And not the compact switch, but the gumball switch. And there's several reasons for that. We should be able to go with video. The 2 reasons that I'll use the gumball versus the compact is it's more obvious. That's a reason in and of itself. I'm big on obviosity. That's not a word. I'm big on it being obvious. And then the second reason is that when you get guys this young, they have a lot of flubber on their cheek, for lack of a better word. And so when we put a compact switch right there, it tends not to have anything solid to push against, and they can't really activate it with minimal motion. You have to have a bone to push against. And so you have to put it up here, right next to the cheekbone, where there's still some flubber to work with. Now it's up too close to the eye for me. So I'd rather work with a gumball switch, which I can keep down, cover their whole cheek, and it's very obvious. Those are the reasons. And they're good reasons. So first I'll do the waker shaker, because it's really obvious. I didn't do that with Alyssa because she had the waker shaker going during her suction. So putting my waker shaker on is going to be no different than suctioning her. I'm coming, Gabe. I'm working on it. It always takes me a couple of moments to set up. So I'm going to put it right over, let's go right here. Excuse me, young man. Thank you. Now let's keep it out of the reach of your arm. Right here. The clamp that I'm using for all of my arms is called a super clamp, All the arms in this business use the super clamp. They clamp for just about anything. The mini arm, which you haven't seen before, also telescopes. And it's very cool. It's half the price of anything else, and it does exactly what you need. Exactly. That looks good. Now, I'm not going to give it to him until it does something. And right now, it's not doing anything. But in a second,
How much is the wafer shaker?
19. Best cause and effect tool in the world. Put it in their pocket. It's small. This button is inoperative because I always envision you put it in their pocket so it can be near someplace that really matters. And then the switch activates. So I like putting it right there. Okay? And away we go. Hip, hip, and away we go. Are you doing that, Gabe? Are you giving yourself a good tickle? Are you tickling yourself? Are you pushing your cheek against this green button to give yourself a tickle? I think you were. You know, a little closer in there. There we go. And it's different than the gooseneck once you clamp these down. Just nice and firm. But yet, you can change it in an instant. You're giving yourself a tickle with the button. I saw you do it. We have liftoff. You are so smart, Gabe. You're so smart. Good for you. Very nice job. And if we tried that with the compact switch, it would have just smushed in and flummered over there. But the big switch is just the way to go. I was afraid it might be too big, but no, it's perfect. You're so smart. Smart. Yes, you are. That's you doing that. I'm so proud of you. You figured out that the button makes things work. Yeah, it's a good one. It's not always this clear when we're working with this young, but for all we know, he's all in there and he just needed a way out. He might have been just completely apraxic for all we know. Who the heck knows? All I care about is what he does. I'm only using what he thinks as a tool to get to what he does. Sounds like something you hear on some of these Disney shows. I'm going to move the button away for a moment. It's still here, don't worry. I'll give it back here. Let me put it where you can see it. He said, wait a minute, don't be moving that button away. I'm putting it over here for just a sec because I'm going to take it out of the wafer shaker and I'm going to plug it into the computer. And we're going to go over to cause and effect tool.
It's like paying attention.
And we're going to go to, once again, children's switch progressions. It's one of my big tools. What came in there? I'm working on it. Give me a sec. There it is. There you go.
He's paying attention.
Well, he is. He's doing great. Gabe. If you're happy, it's good. Okay. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. I know this song. It's a fun song to sing together. Gabe.
Your mouth.
Record song prompt. Record prompt. Change number 2. Change the sound. Push the button.
What, bass?
There we go. If you're happy, then you know it. Then you're... It's very tempting to chime in or do an uh-oh. Just wait for the computer to do its thing. I have it set. This will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy. Don't give in. Wait it out. Gabe.
Push it now.
And now you start thinking about how you can add to this without telling him what to do. Here's something. I'll wait for the next prompt before I add my next hint. Gabe. Push the button. Here's another hint. Just sort of waking him up there, something to stimulate his head. So close. Gabe. Push the button. Touching his cheek is another hint. If he can do it once by himself, it's worth 10 times of you giving him a lot of help. So force yourself to wait. And then make a big deal out of it when he does do it. Gabe, your worst case scenario is motoring through it while doing a 1, 2, 3 or a ready, set, go. I might have it too far away. I moved it a little closer. Gabe, push the button. Ready, set, go. And I'll move his head against it a couple of times so you can feel the click. If you're happy and you know it, touch your nose, blink, blink. If you're happy and you know it. Yeah. Gabe, push the button. Try a little experiment.
Hey,
If
RJ.
you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, touch your nosy. If you're happy and you know it, touch your knees. Blink, blink. If you're happy. Just wanted to see if I went over there, if you would orient towards there a little.
You realize, ever since you put the screen in front of him, his hands aren't up like this, they're down.
No, I hadn't realized that, but you're right.
You can use his
You
hands.
said that, I didn't heard you.
That's something that can be used because it seems like he does have control over his hands. He might be able to touch the button if there's something in front
I
of him.
think it's closer to his state of mind. I think he might be in an alpha versus beta state. When his hands were up, I think he was tenser. It was a new situation. He's concentrating, he's relaxed, he's in a good window. He's more like a beta state where he's just relaxed and his arms are down. I think it's more related to that. I don't think it's voluntary. Because that would require a lot of motor planning by him to get both arms to go down at the same time and stay down and still be able to concentrate on these. I just don't think he's capable of that type of motor planning. But I hadn't noticed it. Thank you for pointing that out. Very good. It looks much more relaxed.
I'm just curious if that's something that can be worked upon. I mean, maybe that he can learn control over it over time.
Never know. You are so smart. You're making the music play by pushing your button. Yes, you are. Gabe.
Push it now.
You do it one more time. Play some music for me. One more time. You can help me. I'm going to help you with that one. Because that almost looked like a wind-up. I'll often joke, there's the wind-up, and there's the pitch. So he sort of went to the right to wind up, and then he pushed himself to the left. We call that in OTPT language, it's called motor planning. There's a lot, you take courses on it. There's whole semesters on it. I'm just guessing at it myself. But it's a whole thing. You're a smiley guy. There's the wind-up. There it is. Gabe. Push the button. We already did one more, so I'm asking for a lot. I know. It's right here. You're looking. Just just need to push your head to the left a little, and you'll be able to make more music. There you go. Good for you. Very nice job. So in my 25-year experience, there's 80% of me says that he's got it, he understands it, and it's a motor issue, a praxic issue right now, and you just have to work through that because this seems like it's a good situation, he can do it, but it could be one of those situations where the more excited, the more he tries, the tenser he gets, and the actual harder it becomes for him. It could be, I'm not an OT. Hey, well, Karen, what's your impression of our situation here?
That's exactly right. The harder he tries, the more...
Or he's fighting himself. Yeah. So you just need to work on this with your, you know his OT or PT personally? Okay. Well, once we get you the DVD, you can say RJ made a suggestion that just work with isolating the neck motion. Because a lot of times, once again, motor planning, a lot of times they cannot isolate just one group of muscles. And in order to move their head, you're so smart while I'm blabbing away, you're showing off. Sometimes to move their head to the left, their right toe moves for some reason. You just never know. So we need an OT and PT to break up the muscle groups because nobody else is capable of doing that. I'm going to move the button away, but I'll leave it in your view, young man. Since no one's here yet, we can still continue because the next step would be...
Faith.
Sorry, I can do better.
Oh, you're enraptured with Gabe's memories. So we keep doing the same things over and over, and I'm not doing other programs that teach about letters or numbers or shapes because that's not a priority in my 4 minutes. The priority is to use a switch purposefully and then to use the switch selectively to make choices to say things. When we've done that, we've used the switch selectively to say things, using it to choose between A and B and C, it's gravy. But getting it to say, I hurt, or I've got to go potty, or I want to see grandma, that's more of a priority at any age, really.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it back in a sec. Let's make a choice between two things. Gabe! See if I have some fun ones we haven't done yet. Now, as I say, you can take pictures of real things. Does it have anything in here that he really likes?
I love this bag of toys.
Can somebody grab this?
Can't you choose none?
Sadie make noises? Right here? Sadie's going to give you a kiss. She? I would think so. Here comes Sadie to give you a kiss. Mwah! Sadie gave you a kiss. Can you pet Sadie? Sadie loves you. I've had full-board Marine colonels doing this thing in my direction, saying, now, they can give him a kiss. Oh no, put some feeling into it. In front of a room of hundreds of people. It's very funny what power I have for a moment in time. But it's just a moment of time because I have a 13-year-old daughter at home and a girlfriend. So it's all an illusion. I know who holds the real power. It's my 13-year-old. This is Sadie. Let's get a picture of Sadie. We haven't used... Oh, really? We haven't used Karen's camera all day for one of these pictures. And that's the real reason we wanted the camera. It wasn't to take pictures for me, but for this. I know that song. That's it. I'm going to turn it off. Now, on the bottom usually of your camera, any camera, or on the side, is one of these. Everybody loses their cable. Everybody forgets where their software is that came with the camera. So, you have one of these. You see that little yellow sign right there? Those are called card readers. You can buy them at Office Max or Staples. They're no cheaper from there. I carry them around because they're very important to my software. I want you to be able to get your pictures into your computer very easily so that your digital camera is fun again. And the only way to do that is to take the card out of the camera and put it into, on a laptop, there usually is a port for this, or on a desktop computer, a card reader, and then it's instantly accessible to any software, any program, without putting in any special software. Just like this. I'm going to stick it into my computer. It goes right in the side where it goes right in the camera card. And instead of back rub, I'm going to get a new picture. You can watch me up here from digital camera. This is looking right out at the camera right now. Directly on. I'm not going through Photoshop or any other third program. There is Sadie. I double click on Sadie. I can rotate, I can crop, I can resize, I can move things around. Everything right within the program that you need to do for your easy photo editing. But it's good just like that. Now I want to give it a name. Is that good for spelling?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we want to give it a consequence sound. This is that 10 seconds that I keep telling you about between when he chooses it and when he gets it. We want to tell him what's going to happen, which is, let's listen to Sadie sing a song. That sounds good. Let's listen to Sadie sing a song. Ooh, there's a lot of S's in that. No, we'll go with it. And now we need a label. Sadie. Oh, that's wrong. When you're recording their name, you want to use a smile and pretend they're across the room. Gabe. But when you're just recording a label for something, it's just Sadie. Because I'm not really calling Sadie. Sadie. And scanning 6 seconds is actually pretty good. Music. Let's do the good morning song. Most of them know that, even though it's not morning. Let's give that a shot. Okay, switch, check. Switch interface, check. Screen, good position, check. Gabe's still awake and looking for what's going to happen next. And away we go.
Choose one.
Sadie. We know Sadie, there's a smile. I'm going to give you your switch back now. Or your button, whatever you want to call it.
Music, please.
There you go. And when you see the one you'd like, you push your button. Sadie. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I'm hoping that accidentally they'll do it or exploratively, either one. But if he doesn't do it after a while, I'll help him. Sadie. I'll let him go 3 times before I'll chime in.
He looks like he's trying to fit.
It could be. It could be.
Music, please.
Remember, part of it is getting that switch where you get to it, but not all the time, and he might have to do some work in that. It's hard to say. Sadie, you just never know.
You chose.
Sadie, hold it right next to the screen. Here's my 10 seconds. I should have pressed the button though by accident. Here comes Sadie in for a kiss. Here comes Sadie in for a kiss on the forehead. Mwah! Sadie gave us a kiss because you chose Sadie on the computer. Yes, you did. So we're going to put Sadie back here. Now I have it set for clicking to start again, but I'm going to do that part for him. But eventually I'd like him to even click to start again. More control.
Choose one.
Sadie.
Music, please.
I'm going to help you get this one. Ready? Set. Go.
Music, please.
Thank you. I motored you through that because I just wanted you to experience it.
You chose.
Music, please.
You chose the music. when we did the mini arm, we did the gumball switch, we did wafer shaker, then we did children's switch progressions on the software with music, and we ended it with points of pictures for making choices between real world consequences. That's a mouthful. I've said it a few hundred times. Yes, please, Karen. There you go. We're going to take a picture. I'll make sure to get Sadie back to you. One more comment on Sadie. Notice I made Mom choose a word. If you want your kids to learn vocabulary, you better give them the vocabulary. I can't tell you the number of times I said, well, what do we call? First, can you call that up, please? So what do we call that? And the parent goes, I don't know. Well, you're trying to teach your kids vocabulary. That's what they like. It better have a name. What would we call that? Your push toy? Whatever it would be. Give it a name that's unique. So rather than being a dog, because there are many dogs, rather than being a toy, because there are many toys, rather than being a tummy, that's not it. So Sadie was a perfect name. I'm going to hand you back Sadie. Karen's going to take a picture. You did such a good job. So proud of you. Almost got a smile. We'll try to give. That works. Beautiful.